up? I feel like I'm neglecting everybody right now. Definitely feel like I am. Because I have been stuck getting ready, doing things for life. And I'm supposed to be a content creator. Who do I think I am? I know. It's been very disappointing. I'm going to continue the conversation. And hello, everybody. I did not. Oh, you know what? Hold on. It's gonna glitch for a second. Hold on, y'all. What's up, y'all? Hi, J Prince, Empress Kaya. How are you, love? Hey, everybody. I'm just getting ready to do some content tonight. I am gonna go back into the conversation that I started last night, but as you guys could tell, I was very tired. Um, so I didn't really get a chance to kind of work the conversation the way I wanted to. So I'm gonna go back into it tonight. Um, Sorry, y'all. I'm getting some stuff done. My family came over today because I've got some changes coming and stuff. So I'm not gonna see a lot of them for a little while. So I just spent time with family. So I really haven't been just purposefully neglecting the space, let's be real. I haven't purposefully been doing it. I've got some things on the horizon. Oh, excuse me. Jesus Christ. Hi, beautiful. Corey Lee says, hello with a heart and a rose. Hi, Corey. I was not expecting her to be that tall. I mean, people think I'm an Amazon woman. That lady was like 6'3", and I ain't mad at her. Listen, I'm not, but she's big. Whew. All right, so Daniel Berry Sports says, happy Sunday. Hey, everyone. Hey, everybody. And I'm just coming in because I wanted to check in on everyone and let y'all know that that I am going to get back to content. You know, I'm almost finished, settled, and getting everything ready to start my new journey. So I because usually I do my content, I do my shows, but I have not been focused on them because I have some stuff going on in real life. Whew. Ooh, it is hot. It's like we're now in the season that you can't not put your window down immediately when you get in the car. So, you all know I'm over here hot than a motherfucker. What in the hell is that sound? Is somebody shooting? Somebody shooting? Probably not. This is a suburb. Oh, Jesus. Did y'all see me hit my head? Oh, Lord. Christ, have mercy. Ooh. All right, guys, I'm honestly thinking about doing interviews on the street. Like, that's how bored I am today. Um, no, I'm just kidding. Um, but I've been spending time with family, just kind of wrapping up my last minute things, my last minute things that I need to get done. But guys, I promise you that I am almost back. Almost back. Empress says no. Oh, that's just their little raggedy ass spoilers making that sound. Can you believe that? I was gonna make a comment, but I don't want to isolate any of my subscribers. Shout out to my Latinx subscribers. If y'all could just kindly tell y'all peoples to stop with these raggedy ass spoilers that are making bomb sounds, I would greatly appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Empress. I look dusty, but I appreciate the lies nonetheless. I appreciate the lies. I'm just here trying to get some monies. Empress, it's like a way of like revving. Thank you. It's a way of like revving the engine, like trying to make that. But because they have little Honda Civics, the spoiler sound is, not. It's not spoiling the way it should. So, let me not tell y'all my pen. Okay. Of I don't think it matters at that point. email. Oh, get my debit card. I know y'all don't have money in the bank. Right, so this is a foreign experience for you broke ass ninjas. You know, I gotta be looking behind me after some of the shit I be saying. But yeah, I have a lot of changes impending, a couple new starts here and there and shit. So I'm not missing, I'm not purposefully neglecting you guys. The content was content saying thank you, since they say black women never say thank you or hi. Um, You know what's so funny? And I'm gonna get your raggedy ass out of here because your mother's a fucking transgender. That's why she gave birth to your little raggedy ass. Talking about a damn transgender. People are so fucking weird. Every time they see a black woman, they feel like they gotta come in and say the most insulting shit that they can say. But Tessie, I know my mouth is reckless, so I have to be careful of my surroundings because this is not YouTube. This is real life. Black House breakup? Who said that? Who broke up at the Black House? Look at Jay Prince right there in the chat. What do you mean? Jay Prince is right here in the chat. So I don't know what y'all mean about that. I think he was breaking up with y'all, right? For all the people who come and like to come on panels and waste space and energy, I think he was breaking up with y'all. He broke up with the Rim brothers. Let me stop. Let me stop before the Rim brothers campaign to take away my electricity or some weird shit. But we know what the Rim brothers galvanized behind together, they can get done. Speaking of Rim brothers, I saw the fattest and biggest and the fairest Rim brother of them all. He's back to cloud chasing. So I guess the 2 weeks of minding his damn business is out the window, I'm assuming. It was a short time. Honestly, it only lasted 2 weeks. It only lasted 2 weeks that the bandit wasn't stalking, and really, he was still stalking. He was just quietly stalking. I'm going to be doing solo shows and Streets versus Smart. See, so he broke up with y'all. He broke up with you panel nats. But it's not a Black House breakup. He just broke up with y'all. They are lovers of men. Tezzy Kate, you're spot on. They are lovers of men. They love men. They love their balls. Let me stop. I'm being the messiest bandita that I could possibly be. Um, but yeah, Jay Prince, honestly, I don't think that you should leave your bandits. They're very sad. So I think you should consider staying together with them for the kids. Yeah, the Rim Brothers no longer have a place at the Black House. So I think the Rim Brothers now are going to go into panic mode. They're more so looking for a new home. Yeah, the Rim brothers are looking for a new home, and they're upset that the Black House is no longer housing incel bandits. So yeah, the real ones will still be there, Jay Prince. Exactly, Joshua. Exactly. And Josh, I saw some people yesterday when you said the same thing, because you've always been 10 toes down. You've been 10 toes down for a while. I saw the same thing when you said the same thing yesterday. There was a lot of people saying, "Oh, these people don't know what they're talking about. Don't change your content. Do what people love. Stick to what you know." That's the most repressive, remedial shit I've ever heard in my life, right? I've always told Jake Prince he can do so much better than doing content, being on panels with these type of people. Unfortunately, we've evolved from that. We've evolved from it. Nobody wants to see that anymore. These channels who just let people up and do panels, slandering people, it's boring. It's tired. Orphans lurking. What does that mean? Are so weird. The content is allowed to grow. Empress, but we're dealing with bandits who this is their whole life, right? The Rim Brother ideology is what puts them to bed and wakes them up every day, so knowing that there's no longer a place where they can go and flex their rims together, She's breaking up with a imaginary boyfriend. It's not me. You guys are the ones who thought you were dating the Black House, and so Jay Prince had to break up with you guys because you guys just don't understand. No, he don't want you. He don't want you. Well, Jay Prince was on a panel earlier, wilding out. No, he said he was trying to clear PH Diva's name because people were claiming that even though what he said was that she probably did, I guess they were trying to claim that he said that she had abortions, which I told him, once you start going loose at the mouth, people are just going to say whatever, I just think at the end of the day, people are going to take what JP says and run to hell with it, because that's what people are used to doing. They are used to running to hell with everything that you do and say, Jay Prince. So at the end of the day, even if you know and I know and they know that you weren't actually saying that she's had abortions, you were kind of just saying that she probably did because you used some Naker math that made you think that, he did say probably actually. He said, how do we know? She definitely had one. Well, I guess you're right. He did say she definitely had one. But it was still coming from a theoretical perspective. There was no knowledge of a real one. So I think, again, like I said, though, Jay Prince, people are going to run to hell with anything that you say, which is exactly what they did with this one. And I saw it coming. That's why I told you not to do it in the first place. That's why I didn't join you on that panel. But at the end of the day, I think that in the verbiage in the conversation, it was very clear that you weren't saying you knew that she had an abortion. But the problem is when you get out there and you say that about your people, you've already put it out there. People are going to run to hell. I mean, she might not be your people now, but at the end of the day, she was your quote-unquote people. So, but I feel bad that she feels like she has to defend herself. I would never defend whatever y'all say about me, believe that it's true. Whatever you say, believe it's true. I don't give a fuck. That's why when World Class was up there shaking his tits, rumping, busting his pussy, talking about, oh, you must have killed some babies, you must have had an abortion, all that shit that he was saying to me. When I went to his channel to have try to have a reasonable discussion about abortion, right now, okay, so here's where I'm gonna jump in also, though, Jay Prince. When you started talking about abortions, you technically you opened the gates, because these remedial dudes, they follow after you already, right? So if you get up and you start talking about, PH Diva must have had an abortion or whatever, then yeah, you kind of started that because you actually know her versus others. Clear her name why she is mad disrespectful. But PHX Fish, here's the thing I don't get about that though. She should be allowed to say whatever the fuck she says about abortions without people wanting to now go into her personal life and actually try to figure out if she had an abortion. That is none of your business. That's nobody's business. It's actually possible that, she has other issues and it's not our business. But when you start having conversations now about abortion this, abortion that, now you're making her womb public business. And that is why Cynthia G called you and this sector womb watching ass niggas, because you guys were watching her womb. You guys were straight up believing that she has a son. Yes, we're talking about her possible son, all this stuff. And I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. If you guys don't like PH Diva, you think she's disrespectful, don't like her. But you don't need to spread a rumor about her. You don't need to say some fake shit about her. You don't need to say, oh, she had an abortion. That's none of our business. It's none of our concern, really. And the assumption is dangerous, because what if she actually has a child or something? Now you guys are looking for her information and you're going to find a child. What if she's lying about her family circumstance because she don't want you losers to know her shit? Now weird people like this start digging and they might find out information she doesn't want people to know. So it's just like, I don't know. I think y'all gotta let some of this shit go. It's just, you don't like somebody, don't like them, but you don't have to go after them. You don't have to look for their person. Just like the same dumb bitch who she did that shit to me, and then where does she end up? Where's her platform? You don't just, there's certain lines you can't cross, and people just keep crossing them to the point where now we don't even, a lot of y'all don't even know what the line is. Yappity yap, ignorant TV, go yap in somebody's basement then. What the fuck? You don't want to hear me talk? Don't hear me talk. But the fact of the matter is that, unfortunately, for Jay Prince? No, I don't think he was saying that he knew that she had an abortion, but I think the conversation at that point implied so. I'm gonna leave y'all in the car while I go to the dispensary because they always tell me to put my phone down while I got y'all in there. So y'all are gonna sit here while I go to the dispensary. If you guys could please patiently wait for me, it'll take me not even 7 minutes because they're about to close. But I definitely think to some degree that you guys just keep making the lines blurrier by saying, oh, I don't like her, or she ain't ish, or she's disrespectful. So because she's disrespectful, that means that I can cross all these lines that I really shouldn't be crossing lines. And look at Emeka. Didn't you say you would never come here? Didn't you, Bandit, say you don't come to my channel, you don't know me, I'm nobody, I'm something, I'm this and that? Sway the other day, raggedy ass, oh, these people ain't nothing. He got 4 people in his chat half the time, but nonetheless, let me be back because I'm seeing the Pegables are here for the BS, and I don't have time for that. So let me go get this stuff real quick, and I'll be right back. You guys stay right here. Keep your mouth shut. Don't touch anything. You hear me? Don't touch anything. Okay? Okay, bandits? Remember this on the day of judgment. Who the fuck is this? I don't know if it was you in Mecca. It was some African that looked like you. Weed head with cloths. With cloth seats. I'm putting you in the gulag because you've been chatting for too long. But let me go get this before they close. Make sure y'all don't touch nothing and don't let anybody know you're home alone. Okay, so y'all couldn't hear nothing. Why can't people just worry about their own? Let me see. Because we here for the entertainment, modern day bread and circus. Hey, y'all, I'm back. It didn't take me long, see? And thank you, everybody, with me, because it didn't take that. It didn't take too much. It didn't take too long. Let me see here. JC's laughing. All right, so yeah, how you? Whoa. Yo, let's stop the womb watching. Straight up. I'm sick of you niggas coming in here womb watching. Let's stop the womb watching. Y'all are worried about something that you don't need to be worried about. It's ridiculous. I mean, that lady is a grown ass woman. You got people on here who don't even fucking have two pennies to rub together, worried about that lady's womb. Stop the womb watching. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know if your own kids are yours, and you're worrying about somebody else's children. It's ridiculous. It really is. I'm sick of you guys. It's too much going on. Yeah, Robin. Honestly, I think it's like there's new drama every, 14 to 15 hours. So I can't keep up with this BS. Y'all got me. I'm trying to live my regular life and keep up with YouTube drama. I can't keep up. I can't keep up. It's honestly kind of sickening. And the fact that womb watching is the whole. You can borrow that, Royce. Absolutely. You can borrow that. I borrowed it from Cynthia G. Because that's a grown ass woman. She's a whole PhD holder, meaning she's not looking for none of you bandits. And y'all are talking about what could have possibly happened on her womb. That shit is weird. I mean, I told JP he was weird for even assuming that just because, because I honestly don't think that people should make anybody's womb, whether they had a child or not, that should not be a subject of conversation to begin with. And I get it. Those statements about having a male child, they're painful. People really hear that and they hurt. But I think that you have to pay attention to what's going on in the community before you get offended at what she's saying. What she's saying and what a lot of women are saying about this particular matter, it's serious. They're not coming from it just out of a black male hatred or whatever, but I'm talking about we're seeing that in society. It does not matter how much we love our sons or we love our brothers or we love our husband and our sons and all that shit. We're seeing that no matter what, the men in this community are still hating us. They're still, displaying their self hatred and hatred for their community and the people who birth and try to take care of them. And so I think that her statement comes from legitimate fear, right? Fear based thinking, fear based beliefs, all of that. It comes from legitimate fears, but I just think it is a fear based mindset. So you have no control over how your children are raised. This shit is crazy. You only have so much control. You only have so much control because at some point your child is left to be raised by the world. And so if we constantly create a world that is not safe for these kids to live in. It's exploiting them. It's abusing them. It's using them. It's teaching girls that their only value is their bodies. All of that. Yes, that shit is actually a problem. Look at this bitch ass nigga, literally speeding just so that I don't get to go. Like, I hate niggas in New England. Seriously. So raggedy as hell. But no, I totally think that that's the case. No matter how well you raise your children, at some point the world is going to take over, right? Whatever is going on in the world is going to take over your child's mentality. It's going to take over what they're thinking. I've seen it myself. I've seen it with younger siblings, younger family members. I'm looking at them and I'm telling them, trying to give them advice on life, and I can see that what I'm saying is not resonating. Right? It's not resonating not just because I'm a different generation, but because these kids weren't given a good world. I mean, most of us weren't in the first place, but these kids are seeing and hearing and experiencing everything. Our parents try to let us be kids. They try to teach us to be kids. Whereas I just think that these young kids, they're kind of fending for themselves in terms of morality, in terms of having some type of standards in life. Um, PH Spec says, I have 5 kids, all great students and productive members of society. It's not by accident. You don't know what the fuck your kids do when they're not around you, respectfully. And that's not to say nothing about you, but you don't know who and what your kids do when you're not there. So I think, yes, it's beautiful to tout your kids and say, oh, they're so amazing. They did this and they did that, but your kids are gonna make mistakes. They're gonna experience things that you might not be proud of, that you wouldn't want to see them in. But that's life. And unfortunately, though, we haven't. We've just stripped away every aspect of our society that did teach us anything, right? The whole having standards, wanting to raise families, get married, all that. We completely took away our value for these things, and yet at the same time, we're asking, why don't the kids have values? Why don't the kids value this? Why don't the kids value that? We didn't give them any. I'm not naive to that, but I laid a solid foundation and hope, and seriously, hope that that foundation works. I'm not saying this because I'm trying to scare you or I want you to think that your kids are just going to do whatever. No, hope that that foundation works. There are grown human adults today that are being led to join cults. That stuff doesn't just happen because bad parents. That shit happens because at the end of the day, manipulation is real, naivety is real. All of that stuff is very, very real. People can be manipulated. And that's just life. You got to teach your children how to be strong enough to overcome it, but it's not to say that they're never going to experience things just because you taught them well. B. Sammy he was definitely wrong about the diva stuff, but he never lied on Fatty. I was walking with my daughter yesterday before work. We were about to pass a man. He was fondling himself. I grabbed my daughter's hand, walked in the street. Luckily, she wasn't paying attention. Men don't need to know the tea. You know what, Empress? I told her she goes nowhere alone. And you know, Empress, that's the world we're in, right? That somebody would even do that in the street. Back in the day, somebody did that in the street. People would call the police. I remember because it happened at a park when I was a teenager. I still remember that because it was so disturbing. I was at a park with my friend. She's a little goth girl, and I was just myself trying to figure out who the fuck I was. We're at a park. The dude comes out of nowhere, and he's just standing there fondling himself. People screaming. Somebody called the police. Somebody threw something because it's not normal, right? These type of things should be very, very alarming. But nowadays, the crazy shit that we hear on the news every day, nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises me anymore. Jamal, I don't know what you're confused about. What are you confused about? What are you confused about? I know that, you know, PH Diva did a stream, or no, PH Diva was on Sharon's show, um, and we very briefly addressed the conversation of women not wanting to have sons. She talked about how if she had a son or if she had a child and she found out it was a son, she would have it aborted and all such type things. And that tickled some people. Some people got upset. You know, I think when it comes to Jay Prince, I don't think what triggered him had anything to do with just the male baby thing. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that it was PH Diva. I'm sorry that I'm saying this, Jay Prince, but I do think it was a lot of it was the fact that it was PH Diva, somebody who you used to work with, who you had fond feelings for, not in a romantic way, but you guys worked together. So I think that's part of it too, and I think that people decided to take advantage of that, of your emotional reaction, sort of to all of that, and now start talking having abortions and just whatever. It's weird. Nothing happened except PhD was saying she hates black men on a solution based channel. PX Fish, y'all love riding with that solution based, and anything that somebody says, you hold them to it and act like they're not living whatever. Y'all just gotta get over it. Get over it. Not everybody's a rim brother. Not everybody wants to be around rim brothers. Nobody wants to be around y'all weirdos as you talk about how much you hate women all day. It's over with. It's been dead, but somebody's been keeping y'all pulses alive. Somebody has been feeding all the incels, and they just gotta stop. The incels don't need to eat. The incels don't need to eat, and I don't know what people's obsession is with, holding on to these belief systems and such that are not beneficial to anybody. I mean, think about the Rim Brother ideology. It basically says no women. It basically says you shouldn't get with women. You should get with men or something else, right? The woman is so bad. She's so terrible. Watch out for the woman. She wants to ruin your life. She wants to steal your jewels. She wants to delete all the babies that you accidentally drop in her. I just think that we're going through a change, and there's a lot of growing pains right now. A lot of people are uncomfortable with what's going on. I mean, look at the Pegasus bandits. You know, they're struggling. Have you had an experience where you was protected by a black man? Royce, what does my individual experience matter? Why does it matter? PX Fish, I'm glad that you believe that, but Red Pill Ranger is also a married man, and I mean, for him, he's an all out, full on rim brother. So I just think whether you're married or not doesn't really play too much. We have rim bros in these spaces. Jamal Clark, I would argue that I would go so far as to say that you're a rim brother. You're a rim brother yourself, but someone made you that way. You know, the ideology, the rhetoric, all of that. They were leading you to rim brodom. What the fuck are you doing, bro? You have a red light. Like, why the fuck would you even be that close to the light? I think he's drunk. I mean, the fuck? Like, sorry, like, I'm just so confused. How do you, just think about this. There's a red light, right? Your red light is in front of where the next set of cars is going to slip by. Why the fuck would you be at the edge of that shit? Someone tell me. Somebody tell me. Okay, guy, clearly I'm trying to fucking put some gas in my car. Holy fuck. Lord have mercy. Yeah, I think I'm trying to hold hands with him. Driver could be listening to your live, Flora. Jesse, let me relax before he ram into my car or whatever. Shit. I don't want no smoke, Enrique. No smoke. All right, let me pull this up. No, but I'm just like, why would you be that close to the light and still moving as if his light was gonna turn green soon? Ah, B, your light is literally red. Your light is red. All right, let me put some gas too before I end up on the streets, sleeping in the streets. Okay. The Pegables are rim brothers. Yeah, it's funny because they try to act like they don't know what a rim brother is. They're not one of them or whatever. Man, shut up. Man, shut up. It's like when black people want to claim that they're just Native American. They're not black. Shut up. Okay, look. I don't know I don't know Rainbow. Wrong Jamal you speak of. Well, there is a lot of Jamals in this space. Um, majority of the space are rim brothers. Yeah. Jesse, you, Jamal, PX. Rob would just be putting a whole name on it. She don't give a fuck. She'll put a name on it, so don't ask her to. All right, hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna glitch for like 3 seconds. I gotta go look at my bank account. Guys, you and Flora are mistaken. Damn, Robin. Sorry, y'all. I'm over here just doing all kinds of stuff while y'all are here to see me do a show. But y'all know these live shows are difficult because, if you got to do something on your phone while you're live, you're fucked. All right, let me see here. Honestly, it don't even matter at this point. I'm gonna take this AirPod out. And she put me first in the list. Maybe you're the first rim brother. The rim brother term is going viral. Tommy mentioned it on Fresh and Fit podcast. Did he really? Did he really? Tommy waits for waves. Because Tommy Sotomayor can no longer operate. Hello. I don't know who the fuck that is. Hi. Hello. I don't know who that is, y'all. She probably knows me. I don't know. All right, let me go put some gas. Oh, I think she's high. Never mind. She said hi, miss, to somebody else. Y'all know Sundays over here in the summertime. Okay. What is that? $2 can? Flora, are you getting famous? No, I'm not. Shut up. Imagine she's watching our live stream right now. She was a black girl. Could be. All right, let me put y'all on mute because y'all don't even know my business. Robin, I gotta see that SMH. Hey Tiki, I see you with the flowers. How you doing? Robin, you better hurry up. Fresh and Fit said they leaving YouTube soon. Them little raggedy ass niggas are not going nowhere. They're just trying to force y'all to send them more money because they don't respect that y'all gotta pay your rent. That's all it is. It's a cash grab. They want you guys to pay more money so that they can stay on there. That's all it is. I know a raggedy bandit when I see one, and those are raggedy bandits. Especially Fresh and Fit since they got demonetized. You know, a lot of these channels celebrated when Cynthia got booted off of YouTube, but I don't know why. I don't know why. Dante Dennis, how you doing, buddy? I hate when the bangs leave a long curtain part in the middle. Then you're like with the one with the one piece of Cynthia can come back at any time. Yeah, she don't want to. Why would she want to? Why would you want to come back to a platform that allows people to stalk, harass, dox, try to put your personal information out, slander you, put babies on you, womb watch? I wouldn't want to be here with you all ugly ass bandits either. If I was Cynthia, you know. And the funny part is she has a platform on Patreon that is probably raking in way more money than she did on YouTube. So. Not to mention that Cash App donations never stop. So, um, but yeah, I just think, you know, I'm seeing a lot of people in these spaces weaponize people's friendships and alliances. They're weaponizing the women and men that they're connected to. We're in a weird time. Are you still a supporter of Princella, or are you with B Taylor? B Taylor doesn't need support because I think someone like B Taylor needs to get up. Be mean to her. I just think that when things like that happen to you, you need time to recharge. So if she's doing content right now, I don't think that's a good idea. Not that I was gonna watch her anyways. I do think, unfortunately, that B Taylor's an airhead. But what happened to her was traumatizing. If it was real, I think she needs time off of YouTube. So I hope she's not on here engaging with you degenerates. Um, I mean, not to mention that basically most of her time on the manosphere was getting gaslit by bandits. So, I mean, you can pay me to allow myself to be gaslit by bandits for years and years, like she was in some of these sectors. So, honestly, I think that she could probably use some time off of YouTube um, to begin with. So, listen, Robin, how is your coding going? I can't imagine supporting Pissy P. She's too problematic. But you know, Empress, at least we can go. At least we can be settled with the fact that we never fell for her. We never fell for her antics. You know, actually, I'm sad that I didn't get to save the video where I confronted her because of some bitch and her issues with Daryl. But you know, my confrontation of her, I think it was very, I think it was a very down to earth confrontation. So even though I could have turned up on her like I turn up on all types of people, I didn't turn up on her. I asked her legitimate questions, and when she couldn't answer those, when she was full of antics, you know, and now to find out that that book that she was trying to convince me to buy was a damn Chat GPT PDF created by a pissy bandita, you know. So who are you speaking about? No, I was just talking about I was talking about Princella because they had mentioned B Taylor and if people in this chat still support her. But you know, I think even for the ones who well against her, thank you PX Fish. Honestly, I could have done the whole trolling thing, but somebody like her, you can't. You know, you would be feeding right into what it is that she's looking out of you if you troll or gaslight or even just like get mad and angry at her. Like her message just came across like a charlatan. Like she was trying to sell me something from the beginning. So I don't know how people, you know, sort of acted like all this was a surprise. Even Robin and them who stopped going there, they stopped going a while ago. It wasn't just after we heard B. Taylor's story. So I think each woman came. Yeah, sorry guys, it must have disconnected for a second, but it's very problematic when you can't disagree with somebody somebody. I mean, that was my whole issue with the Pegasus Bandits to begin with. You know, it was like people wanted you to go over there in their show, be a little messy, you know, troll a little bit so that you get trigger people to boot you off and all that. That's what people wanted me to do over there. But then at the same time, when I tried to have legitimate conversations, try to have my own opinion, oh, we're shutting that shit right down. Let me find out on YouTube where somebody else owns it to begin with that I'm gonna allow somebody else to own me and what I do on YouTube when YouTube already owns the platform. That's like slavery by proxy. Like there's no reason for me to get on here and move within a group or within a digital gang. Like that shit is fucking dumb. There is nothing that needs to be done within one accord between adults besides paying your bills. You know, it's very strange even that the Pegasus Bandits till today, you know, they go around building alliances with people just to start drama when things don't work out the way they planned. You know, Jamal says detailer definitely is a lady who creates reality based on her feelings or how she wants things to be. Detailer definitely not a rational female. You don't know her though, and that's why I say she don't need to be in this space because a bunch of people who don't know her are saying the most foul things about her. I don't know her either, and I still wouldn't get up here and try to talk about her bedroom or never because it's not of interest to me. Just like I wouldn't want somebody to see something about me or hear a rumor about myself and suddenly make a show about it. I have never directed any of my shows at an individual unless it was a Pegasus Bandit. Black women need to tap into their independence and live your life. But you know the problem though, travel one that I don't like about that statement is that the implication is that in order for black women to live peacefully and live a good life, they have to live alone. They have to be the woman who doesn't seek marriage, doesn't seek family, the same things that we were built for. We can't seek those things. You know, and that's something that's actually starting to get under my skin in this sector as well. You have a bunch of women who want you to they want you to be okay with a man giving you nothing and doing nothing for you, not they want us to be okay with these men when they tell us, oh, or they tell the women, because I'm not on the market and I'm not worried about being on the market, but they want us in these conversations to basically say that, you know, women should come into these situations looking to, you know, be a 50-50 partner, right, financially, responsibility wise, but then at the same time be the submissive, docile partner as well. That is not how that works. You know, that's Rim Brother ideology because the Rim Brothers know that that is not going to, you're not going to get results from that. There's no women who are going to be submissive to you while they split the bills. They're not. And if they are, it's probably for a limited amount of time. This space is predicated on jealousy. They act like only one person can be successful. That's true. Ole, la policía. Probably just driving to Duncan too. That's the crazy part. No, not talking about being alone. Think for yourself. Travel is for marriage. Just know yourself first. Okay, I respect that travel one because I hate that everybody tells black women that they don't need everything else that every woman enjoys and loves. You should not be telling black women that they shouldn't seek marriage, they shouldn't seek family, just take care of yourself, just worry about yourself. As much as we do need to take care of ourselves and worry about ourselves a lot, I think there's nothing wrong with black women seeking the same thing that any other woman does. There's nothing wrong with that. House with a white picket fence, husband and children. There is nothing wrong with that. But the problem is the few men who can actually give that are degenerate, but also still pretend like you're in this traditional role. And I think that's part of the problem. Flora, are you honestly saying acting rationally on these panels? What I can tell you is that what happens on YouTube is has nothing to do with real life. It has nothing to do. You know how much shit people talked about me going to meet up with Jay Prince? In real life, Jay Prince is a nice guy. He's a nice, down to earth guy. People like him in his community. People like him in real life. His family likes him. I mean, I'm not saying your family has to love and think you're the best person in the world, but there's nothing abnormal about him compared to any other bandit in this space. So I think what this space will do is they'll create this environment where, oh, this person is bad and this person is good. This one is the person that we all look and dog to. I mean, there's so many shows and movies coming out nowadays about cults and cult-like environments and how online is really becoming a cult-like space. Like, think about SBG. Think about what's the other one? GBG. All these acronyms and shit that really are just people worshiping names and groups, and I mean, it's no better than a fucking gang. I'm not trying to be rude, but that's really what it is. It's no better than a gang. And that's where we're at as people, and it's kind of sad. People are moving out of their out of seeking these type of things in their real life, and they'll go online and seek that online validation. People will be in a whole room together and not say a word, texting each other in the same house. I mean, a lot of things have devolved over time. So, respectful to women that hate men is crazy, though. The point is, a gentleman is going to be respectful to a woman, period. He's not going to try and classify who's who, who's what. A gentleman will see a whore, a street whore, walking by. If something happens to her, if she needs help, he'll help her. That's a gentleman, not just any old bandit or any old man. So, nor will I ever speak against it. Again, black women need to be aware and vet, ask those tough questions, and tell the men as a woman you want marriage if that's what you want. Yeah, the man who wants you is gonna give you that, and that's the hard truth, right? A lot of times, women want a man so much they're not gonna accept the fact that that man might be great in bed, he might be handsome, but he's never gonna give you what you want. He's never going to be the man you need him to be because that's not in him. You're seeking a man who's not there. You're putting onto him a man that he is not. So, I definitely agree with that wholeheartedly. Travel one. The days of chivalry are long gone. Equality has murdered that for the most part. But PHX, that's not true. And I'll say that's not true because majority of the women in this country still make under $25,000 a year. So what does that mean? That means most women still are impoverished, still need the financial help from a man. Now, whether they're seeking that, whether they got it or not, I can't tell you that. But what I'll tell you is those women are probably just replacing the man for a system, for services, for help. But that need for men to protect and provide, that has gone nowhere. Chivalry has not, nobody killed chivalry. Men are themselves are just deciding not to be chivalrous anymore. But chivalry is not dead because a gentleman, is still going to be a gentleman regardless. A gentleman does not wait for opportunity. A gentleman is just that. So, um, Robin says everyone can't be wrong. Yeah, and at the end of the day, at this point, it's literally everyone but themselves who are saying it. Even society has conceded. Some of the best scholars at the time said, oh yeah, black women, if you want to get married, you better go to another race. Who's that guy who wrote that book? That was in the 70s or something, or the 80s even. I forget when he wrote the book. But he said in that book straight up, black women, Asian men, y'all get together. That's you two's best chance. These men call women bees and hoes for just breathing, which is why I avoid talking to most of them anymore. Yeah, Robin, honestly, for me, I've decided not to go to these channels anymore. There are places that I've been going recently, and when I say recently, I'm talking the last 6 months. Um, there are places that I've been going recently that I can't find myself there anymore. Right after I've seen what they're really doing, because there's that period with all of these channels. There's that short period where some of them will pretend like they have the integrity, like they have the conversation, like they're really about the solution. And then we find out the truth when they have a Tommy Sotomayor up there and they allow him to say that women, black women, cannot be victims of abuse, of sexual abuse, of child raping. and nobody checked them in. Actually, some people even actually act like they walked him off that point. I was there when that video was going on. All he did was avoid the question. He never changed his statement, nothing. He didn't get no smoke from nobody that was there. People were giggling. That's all it was. And after I saw that, not to say that I didn't expect some of that, right? Because these spaces have these degenerates there all day, every day. I expect some of that. But once I saw that, you can't tell me you have any integrity in this space and you would let somebody skate by. You're a black man, you got a bunch of kids, you got a wife, you would let somebody skate by and say that black women can't be victims because of who they date. And that's just me. For me, that was enough for me. For me, I can't support you. I can't watch your content. I can't be in your chat box because I can't stand with somebody who would pretend that they didn't hear just to not address it when they have children. This rhetoric is going out there for somebody else to hear about black women in this space because everyone seems to think that what these men say, this is going to affect me and Robin M. No, it's going to affect every woman, every black woman, every black girl. Unfortunately, that Canadian woman was spot on. People see what's going on here, and they carry it on everywhere else in the world. Whether you guys want to take responsibility for that or not, what they see here, they carry it. When they see conversations like that getting off the ground here, trust me, they know what's going on here. They know what it is. They know they can disrespect. How do you think a DJ Kid even exists? Right? Because that was my problem with Tommy. That's why on my platform he didn't get a voice. On my platform, all he got was disrespect and smoke. Because there is no coming back from that statement for me. You could have never said that for me. But the thing is, people will bite the bullet. They'll ignore. They'll stop. They'll let things fly so that they can still benefit from that person, from being around them, from having them on their platform. And that's the dangerous issue that we have today in this space, in many spaces. People are not willing to speak. They want the clout. They want the attention. Why do you think Tommy goes around to these unknown channels for? To these little YouTubers? Why do you think he would? He's not allowed to speak on his own. He's not allowed to have his own platform for a reason. There's a good reason for that. Jamal, he is very successful and grew up with both of his parents. Who? Oh yeah, Robin. He's married to a black woman too. He's married to a black woman. So yes, he obviously is a well-adjusted black man, and he looked around and he saw what it was. He saw what it was. Wait, so Tommy wants his daughters to date out? Tommy says whatever the fuck he wants. He says what's on his heart. He's not saying. He's not really talk. When Tommy's talking, he's gonna try and say the most reckless shit ever. That's it. He's gonna say the most reckless, hateful shit towards black women that he could, and that's it. Whatever he can get off. Because to be fair, when he was on my platform and we brought up this topic that this conversation that he had talking about black women and DJ kids and they can't be victims and all that, he walked it back on my platform. He didn't leave. He never left my platform, despite all of the disrespect. He did not leave. He stayed there until right at the end. So I don't know why so many of these dudes are be afraid to speak up to give him some smoke, but people will never give real pushback. People don't like to give real pushback in these spaces because they're afraid. They're afraid. Yeah, Empress, there's a book. I think we talked about it before in other channels, but there's a book, Is Marriage for White People? Yep. Yeah, Robin, thank you very much for bringing that up. That's the name of the book there, Is Marriage for White People. And I think the whole point of it, besides, letting people know that marriage has this racial connotation to it. Um, it definitely talked about that. It talked about the problem in the community. I want to see his black wife. His wife probably. I better not go down that lane. His wife is a grown married woman, so her looks doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter to you. He's married to a black woman nonetheless. So look it up. It's marriage for white people. He's married to a black woman. So no, you can't try to say it's self-hatred. No, you can't try to act like he wants to divest. He wants his daughters to divest or black women to divest because he did. That's not the case here. He married a black woman himself, and he looked around at you ninjas, and he decided enough. He said, no, I would be stupid to tell black women to deal with y'all. His name is Ralph Banks, Ralph Richard Banks, I believe. Now that you wrote his name down, I'm remembering it. But yes, and I might even go over this book soon. Because I think some of you guys need to be reminded. A lot of you guys come on here and you call these dudes, you say these dudes are pandering. What would you say to Ralph Richard Banks? Who is he pandering to in that book? I want to know. He has no reason to pander at all. That book was straight up information. And I'm thinking that you guys need to hear that, because there's a very strange thing going on in the community where we want better results while simultaneously not doing anything to produce those results. He said too many black women were coming to him complaining about their issues with black women. He encouraged his daughter to date out. Oh yeah. Why wouldn't he? He got a beautiful black daughter, and he sees that these bandits will try to call her ugly. They'll try to downplay her accomplishments, all types of shit that these bandits will do. Shit, I'm not telling her, I have a black daughter, I'm not telling her to date one of you ninjas either. Shit. A lot of these men don't kids not to deal with you ninjas. Robin says issues. Oh no, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant for sure. But it's sad, It's really sad where we're at. And I looked around at the space today. I tried to see who was live, who all was going on. And outside of Sharon, I didn't see nobody on. Or not outside of Sharon, but Sharon this weekend was on Friday, Saturday. Today, it was just the club. I'm not even gonna mention them. The new bandits who are trying to relive the Fight Club days. There's nobody. Nobody with the message. I mean, they get rid of people like Nyla, Cynthia, for what? To give us what? Who are we supposed to watch on YouTube? We're supposed to sit and listen to bandits argue with each other? Sit and watch bandits talk about Jay Prince for another 7 weeks? I mean, they take out real content creators just to feed us bullshit trash content. And I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I would rather listen to Peace Diva than Ralph Richard Banks. Is he highly educated in psychology or is he a statistician? What are his credentials? Look him up. Look him up. Or better yet, I'll do it for you. But y'all gotta give me some time. I gotta I gotta finish doing some things. I'm moving a little bit. Then be that voice and that channel. No cap 2022. No cap 22. Sorry, I am that channel. When the one time, the thing that bothers me is, unless I force feed y'all something, a conversation laced in like drama, most of y'all don't like that stuff. Most of y'all will not come here for that. But you know what you will come up here for? When I got a stream about a Pegasus bandit, when I have a stream addressing a mammy, when I have a stream with somebody having a meltdown. Y'all are here for all of that, but as soon as we go into real topics, nobody wants to hear it. So stop telling me to do content that y'all aren't even going to watch in the first place. I would never encourage dating out. Go where you are celebrated. Men and women need to vet better, period. You can't just continuously tell people to vet and not tell men to be suitable partners. Men need to be marriage material. Do you think any of these young men today are marriage material? Do you truly believe that these 24, 25-year-old men, these are men that you would encourage girls to marry? You had a 23-year-old niece, and she pulled up with one of these 25-year-olds, everyday 25-year-olds. You would suggest that she marry him? I just think the conversation makes no sense. If you're not willing to tell men to learn how to be marriage material, then why are you telling women, oh, don't date, I'll stick here with an option, a group of men who don't want to be what you need them to be. They don't want to be what the community needs them to be. They've thrown their hands up in the air and they've given it to God. They're going into groups of women who can just leave them and go deal with their men any day. A white woman dates out, she leaves that black man, within a couple of months she could be dating a white man again. She can go to a big beluga whale overweight white woman could get a husband. And then you have people in this community who there are legitimately beautiful, gorgeous, nice body, everything black women that men try to browbeat into accepting the lowest of the low that we have in the community. I'm glad for her, PX Fish. I think that's amazing that she found a black man who can meet her standard. I'm excited for her. I'm ecstatic for her. But do I think that she's going to be every black woman? No. I think she's probably in the minority at this point. So who do you think is the lowest of the low in this sector? Jesse, you are so messy for that question. You are so messy. That's all I was saying, both ways. Both ways what, though? Because I think you were pushing back on the fact that, yes, but my problem is, yes, you can vet, yes, you can, go out there and make sure you look for a good, suitable partner. But at the end of the day, most of these black women today, I'm just going to leave it at that. Because y'all don't want to accept that there's an imbalance. Y'all don't want to accept that there are way more suitable, marriageable black women than there are black men. So I'm going to just leave it at that. Y'all want to play dumb, you can play dumb. But it is what it is. These black men are blaming their mothers for not raising them right, and they refuse to go to therapy. They choose to whine and wallow in pity. And that's the one thing. This is why I'll give it to Jay Prince. Yeah, he be on here and he be angry, he be wild, wild and all that. But at least he says he goes to therapy. He says, I've been in therapy. It might not be working. No, I'm just kidding. But at least he doesn't shame that aspect. Some of these dudes, I hear their talking points, I hear their rhetoric, and I'm like, you need to go to therapy. You need to work through that. And I think back now to one of my bandit reactions. There was a lady who she jumped on the Pegasus Bandit on a channel that he was on, the panel, and she started saying, honestly, I understand why you are the way you are. You mentioned that your mom didn't respect your dad didn't respect your mom, and you were getting hands and feet put on you, and she was getting hands and feet put on you. I mean, the fact that the space even knows that. I'm not saying that people can't come on here and share their trauma. That should tell you how people are moving, though. That should tell you how the fact that we even know that. And when that situation happened where she was over there talking about, oh, you mentioned his reaction, being so angry. It lets me know that people aren't healed. People come here when they're not healed. Listen, I know that I'm fucked up. I know I got issues. I know I have things that I need to evolve in myself. I know that there are parts of myself that need to grow. I know there are things that I need to learn. Hey, Taz, what's going on? But I think when people come and they use this space as an emotional sponge, it's very clear they're not in therapy. It's very clear. So, Robin says, I doubt he even practiced as an actual lawyer in family court. He's just speaking in the theoretical. But Jamal, you see how you're really willing to try and discredit the man when all he did is look at the same facts that black women do and come to the same conclusion? The greater world is not indicative of this space. So who are we then? Don't we all go out into the greater world? This is what I don't get. We sit here all day talking, and I'm not saying I do, but y'all sit here all day talking to each other, sharing rhetoric, sharing ideology, and you seriously don't believe that you're part of the regular world? Y'all are a representation of the real world. Y'all are it. Y'all are showing us what's really out there. And I know for some of y'all it's a little sad. Some of y'all are real sad for humanity, but it's just a reality. It's no longer, uh, art imitating life. What we're seeing is what we're getting out there. These bandits aren't just talking. But shit, I had a brain surgery and I have seizure. People never had a major surgery and almost died. They should be complaining. I take 4 medication just to be alive. You know what, Tuscan Mus? I'm so sorry for that. I hope that you continue to have a speedy recovery and stay well. And that's correct. A lot of people, they're not appreciative of what they have every day, so I hope you feel better someday. People don't act the same, don't act in real life. Especially that's because there's consequences. All you're seeing is what people would do, how they would act if there were no consequences, right? Because unless you're on here committing crimes, nobody's gonna. Who's gonna check me, boo? Nobody's gonna check you. Not on YouTube. YouTube's barely gonna check you unless you got like thousands of people behind you. YouTube's barely gonna check you. PX said people hide behind avatars and say whatever. That's true, but some people get on here with their real face and say bullshit too. So I get we love talking about avatars and shit, but a lot of people be on here with their real face talking out of their ass. So it is what it is. TV says, hey Flora, hey Hassan, how you doing? But that's where we're at. I was watching some of the content that was being repurposed again and again, and I'm just like, is this really all people got? Yeah, you're right, Tuscan Musk. Is it all about money? It's all about money when it should be all about God. You know, and I'll say when people say God to me, what I think about is life, gifts, blessings, what we have that we take advantage of every day. That's what I think about when I think about God. So I definitely do. I do think that it's way more about money than it is God. People are not focused on life, what we've been blessed with. People will come on here and act like they're these moral characters, but as soon as somebody degenerate comes on there that's going to bring a little money to their channel, ooh, they will fold. I mean, everybody's talking about what Diddy did or what people did, for Diddy, what people accepted to get fame from Diddy, but a lot of y'all are going too, and quicker, and with less pushback. A lot of y'all will do just about anything for some fame. And it's not even real fame, it's YouTube fame. And you're right, you can't take money with you. Money's gonna stay up here. That money has no value to you when you pass away. But it does have value to you when you're alive, so I'm not gonna gaslight. We need money to live. But if what you believe in, your standards, your core, if you would fold for a few dollars, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But I'm definitely gonna come back. I don't know if it's gonna be tonight. It might end up being later, um, later tonight or later on, or honestly, probably just after I'm done doing what I need to do because I have so much to do in the next couple days. My stupid behind agreed to train somebody. before I leave my current position, and I'm just, whew, I am dreading it because you got to be all fake, and you can't be on your phone, you can't be taking calls and shit when you're training. You can't. It's just not the same. You don't want the person, or really, I don't give a fuck. You don't want the person to think this is what the day is supposed to be like and such. You still got to get shit done. Not everybody is me, but Jesus, I'm like, ugh, my head is spinning just knowing how much training I have to do tomorrow. But you know what? That's gonna make the day go by. It's gonna make the day go by much faster. So, people and relationship are more valuable than money. Money can't visit you in the ICU or the OR. Oh wow, you're on point with that one. You're on point with that one for sure. You are on point. Wow. Sorry, y'all. I got distracted by a text message. Just be old school. Wait, you're moving roles. I'm leaving this position, so yeah. I have to train somebody, and it's exhausting. My head hurts. Just thinking about going in the morning, having to do all the fake laughing and fake. When you be fake smiling and laughing all day, by the end of the day, your head is ready to explode. Because you just been capping. You've been capping all day. But, if I don't come back tonight, it will definitely be probably tomorrow or Thursday. I did schedule something for Thursday that I totally intend to. That's going to be a stream that's already in the plans. Um, but I got a lot going on the next couple of days, and I don't want to. I don't want to say that I have a lot to do. Um, I don't want to say that I don't have a lot to do or that I'm going to have time for you guys and not show up. So I'm just going to be real. I'm going to keep the only schedule live for Thursday. Just keep playing The Office, politics, get your money. Yeah, I mean, if y'all knew what my new job was going to be, it's crazy. But I'm keeping the rest of my life anonymous from now on because I don't need this drama in this space, you know. So I'm not even going to live in the same city anymore. So all the people who think they dox me, that's no longer true after the next couple of days. Um, all of that information was inaccurate to begin with, but um, yeah, just lots of stuff going on, lots of changes, needed changes. But Flora, attorney at law, you need a law degree for that one. I'm not trying to end up on here. These people who have grudges and trauma should not be teaching. Sigh. Ralph Banks miseducating so many people. Sigh. Um, Jamal, respectfully, shut the hell up. And I'll see y'all in the next one, all right? Hopefully you guys enjoyed our little chat this afternoon and me taking you guys with me on the road. And now the sun is gone. So I'll see you guys. If I don't pop up tonight for a random stream that's not going to be any real subject matter, I will see you all Thursday or maybe in between then. All right, wish me luck, and I hope you guys enjoy your week. Be positive, stay focused, and yeah. Bye, guys. See you later.